If you're clicking on this video, chances are you own a firearm and you're wondering what might the best weapon be for home defense, or how should I have my weapon set up. This video is going to be broken down into 3 different parts. The first part is going to be AR pistols and pistol caliber carbines. The second one is going to be a standard sidearm like a pistol. This is a full-size 2011, but any pistols. And the third one is going to be broken down into 12 gauge shotguns. So let's get started. Before I break down the benefits of each, I'm going to start off by 2 things. Number 1, the best home defense weapon is the one that you are comfortable with and have training with. If you can only afford a $200 12 gauge shotgun, more than likely you will outperform the person with a $2,000 shotgun that's never shot it. Most important thing is training and being able to function your firearm properly and knowing that it will not be jamming and render you useless. The second thing is a flashlight mounted on your weapon is most important, as well as training. Secondly, I recommend that, especially one with strobe plays a big role. And in this video, I'm going to show you the power of having a strobe light and a flashlight on your weapon. So I'm going to start with any shotgun platform. Right here, I have a Beretta A300 Ultimate Patrol with the chisel stock. I have a Holosun RMR footprint red dot right there, and I have an Enforce weapon light right here that has strobe. I believe strobe is key. One, if you've ever been shown a strobe light in your face at night or even during the day, you will know why. It basically blinds you. So having a strobe light is ideal. This holds 7+1. 8 shells of buckshot can do massive damage, and you don't have to worry about over penetration as you would with a round like 300 Blackout or 5.56 potentially going through your walls and hitting an innocent person. So personally, I choose a 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun for my home defense weapon over any other one. That's why I got started with this. I'm going to show you guys the power of having a weapon mounted light and strobe right now. This will be what I look like from a home intruder's perspective with the light on and no flashlight. Now with the light off and with the flashlight pointing directly at you. Now I'm going to do the strobe. So that will be the home intruder's perspective with a strobe flashlight. The next option will be a pistol caliber carbine, AR pistol, or AR platform. Right here is a 9mm Grand Power Strybog. This one holds 30 rounds of 9mm. I have a Olight Odin with a pressure pad on top. This one does not have strobe, and a Sig Romeo for the red dot. This folds, so it is nice and compact. It's easy to store next to your bed, so if you need it, get it ready to go, throw it on, throw the sling over you. You're ready to go. You got 30 rounds. Don't have to worry too much about 9mm over penetrating and going through walls and hitting a loved one, or going out if you have an apartment and hitting another person in another apartment. Recoil is not that bad. It is controllable. This is great for a loved one like a wife or a child that you have training. Recoil is not bad, and the weapon is still going to be very loud indoors, but not necessarily as loud as a 12 gauge or 5.56 or 300 Blackout. Another thing to keep in mind in these weapons is if you can afford a suppressor, suppressing these weapons is definitely a big benefit. So if you have like subsonic 9s or 300 Blackout, sound is going to be very quiet, and that is important in communicating with your family members what is going on, because if you have a plan or don't have a plan, more importantly, you need to communicate with your family members and loved ones. And if you cook off any of these rounds in the house, more than likely you're not going to be able to hear anything, and neither is your family member or loved one. So having a plan with either suppressor or ear protection is another important benefit, but you need to listen to hear cues where the intruder is coming from. So having a suppressor is nice, but obviously does not fit everyone's budget, as it does not fit mine at the moment. But just keep that in mind when choosing your weapon. And lastly, we're going to go with a handgun. This is a Springfield Prodigy with a Holosun 507 comp on the top, Streamlight TLR1, very bright flashlight. This one does not have strobe either, so I personally wouldn't choose this for home defense. But firearm handguns are generally the most shot gun that you have out of all yours. As your everyday carry, this is not mine, but an everyday carry gun that you're very familiar with and confident with, can control the recoil and get follow-up shots and fast target acquisition, is definitely a very good choice. This one has 20 rounds of capacity, which is high capacity for a 9mm handgun. This is definitely a great option, and it sits right by your bed. Personally, for me, for you, it might be the same. If not, getting to it might be a little bit more difficult, but this is generally the fastest choice I have. If it's a very immediate reaction and I don't have much time to think, I would grab this. But if I have a couple more seconds, I would definitely grab my shotgun. So obviously compactness, you can clear corners very well with this. With a shotgun, you have a 16 to 18 inch barrel. So you have to think that in mind when doing indoor combat. Ideally, you're not going on the offensive, you're going on the defensive and holding an angle as their life and your life isn't worth any valuables as long as your children are safe with you. Now, that's another story to get into another time, but that is personally why I would choose this if I had no time to think. But if I had a little time to think, I would grab the 12-gauge shotgun. One little bonus piece is if you want to play mind games with the Intruder, you can get a flashbang from IWA International. I have a couple of these, and personally, I have them for a couple different reasons, but if you could imagine an intruder in your house and throwing a flashbang at them, they would not know what is happening. So I think that is a big advantage to your advantage. But granted, these are about $50 a piece, and it's kind of just something to have. Like I said, you're not going to go on the offensive, hopefully, unless you have to because of loved ones in the house. But this is definitely a good added thing in your benefit. I'm going to reiterate that the best home defense weapon is one that you are capable and reliable with. Now, if you had unlimited money and unlimited training, obviously you could get the nicest. But like I said in the beginning, a guy with a $200 pump shotgun can be better than a guy with a $2,000 automatic Benelli M4. Just matters about your skill set and your training. And secondly, a weapon mounted light is essential at night for target acquisition and positively IDing your target. You want to make sure it's an actual intruder and not a family member that came in really late at night or snuck back in the house. That is essential because you can imagine the consequences of that. Let me know what you guys think about this video, what your personal home defense weapon is, and if you could leave a like and subscribe down below, it'd be much appreciated. Thanks, guys.